Hey guys, I'm Kel, and in July this year, 2020, the debut self-titled full-length album was released by Byron death groove metal lads Scourge of Suffering. This album is 30 minutes, 10 tracks of brutal power, and is an impressive debut to say the least, with lyrical themes sounding conceptual and often cathartic around personal struggles, society's pressures, and absolute resilience, adding to the true might of the offering that these lads have put forward. Production-wise, for me, this has just been nailed. You know, such a distinction of all the elements, that thick bass driving the rhythm throughout this album, the hectic as fuck drums, massive drum tracks throughout this album, and the wickedly good guitar playing and tones, and a vocal style that is just purely punishing. It's such a tight mix of death metal with that prominent groove flow throughout it. It was properly enjoyable to hear, and some severely crushing moments within this album. Everything, you know, just comes together, showcasing such synergy of musicianship, you know, and I'm so impressed that this is their first album. The album starts out strong with a somewhat dangerous sounding piano score, moving into huge drums of ferocity. They are furiously played, relentless hard riffs. The riffs, these are so good throughout this song, and a vocal that just kills it. I'm talking about the track I Am Who I Am. It's such a good start to this album, and it just grew from here. This is a real fuck you to institution and just staying true to who you are. There's so many tracks to talk about. I wish I could dive into all of them, but honestly, I'm just batting out my favorites here. So Deluded is another one. This moves into such a heavy groove feel and just hectic playing. Everything's just so full on. And there's just such an aggression here, and I love hearing that, and I miss that in some of my metal, but this has proper aggression. You know, those double kicks, those hard crushing double kicks. The caveman riffs were huge, and they're just layered with this manic guitar pattern as well. Inner Torture killed me properly. Probably my favorite pick off this album, those guitars just working perfectly with the vocal delivery. You know, Dave's vocals has such a strong command to it, and it just carries it within his tone. You feel it every inch of the way through, and it creates a true devastation within this track and really throughout the entire album. And then there is an interlude, a welcome interlude of haunting guitar picking with noise reverb and darkened synth that goes over the top of it as well. And it's actually just a little bit of a break from the full-on assault before it. Another favorite, Sick of Me. I've got a few, haven't I? But this one just starts out with such nice distorted guitars. I don't know if nice is the right word, but I love the putrid sound of those distorted guitars. Heavy as hell drum tracks. They're just crushing throughout this. You know, I keep saying it, but I'm a big percussion person. I do tend to hone in on that. The bass lines were just purely deadly, and the mix up of tempo moving from, you know, traditional metal to this real thick death metal feel, and then it takes on this thrash metal flow by way of the music, the pace, the vocal style even, and then there's even a bit of a punk vibe going on in here. And this is just a track that really did grow on me with every listen, and as it turns out became one of my picks off the album. In fact, this entire album, it really needs time to sink in, and it should be absorbed properly. So take your time with it, because there's a lot going on here. You know, we have so many variety of metal influences from all over the metal genres, and these guys have put them together perfectly and just created such a sound for themselves. So it's really a very creative and a diverse listen, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to really enjoy it. So a first album, wow, what can I say? I mean, come on, this is a debut. This is absolutely cracking, and it's got to be listened to loud from start to finish. So don't be a pussy, turn it up and put this on. I can't really see anything here that you metalheads aren't going to like about this. You know, it has everything that we look for, just that pure heavy metal injection with such massive bursts of extreme blasts, huge breakdowns, you know, full of energy. These musicians have just shown throughout this listen. It's just pure savagery, and it's on Bandcamp. Scourge of Suffering. Go and check it out. Take a listen. Feel the contempt, the total disregard to conform. It's so fitting for our times. Grab yourself a copy, of course. And to Scourge of Suffering, crikey fuck guys, this was absolutely killer. I can just imagine this being played live. I feel it will be a true face melter when the scene cranks up again. But in the meantime, so glad I've discovered this. I'm Kelly T. This has been my Albums of the Week.